Hey there, David McGrath, Better Life Abroad coach and expert. Your cultural background influences who you are. Basically, where you've grown up has determined how you view the world. Your values, your beliefs, your behaviors, the way you speak, the language you speak, your body language, your physical expression, all of these things are influenced by the country you grew up in. So living abroad in a foreign country, you're forced to look at your own cultural conditioning and compare it to the culture that you're living in, the new culture. Living abroad in a foreign country, you're faced with a new way of doing things and essentially a new way of being. When you first move abroad, things like food and weather, these things can be a bit problematic, and for some people these problems can go on for a while. But beyond these superficial problems, there's the issue of value, the cultural values of the new country that you're living in. Here in Ireland, it's important to be able to have a chat. It's important to be able to banter. It's something that Irish people value. It's the way that we connect with each other. And these cultural values and characteristics are important. But as well as that, the history of a country is very important. The collective experience of a country influences the psyche of that country. And so every culture is made up of layers. You know, when you're living at home in your own country and you're looking at another country, you might think, well, our cultures are quite similar. But once you move to that country, you realize that there's more layers of culture, more subtle layers that you hadn't expected. And as you uncover those layers while you're living in a country, as you go deeper into the culture, you might find yourself becoming annoyed or frustrated. You might find it just difficult to understand other aspects of the culture. So you might remember somebody back home, a neighbor, a friend, or somebody from the local community who was considered to be different, somebody who behaved differently or did things differently. And for some people, you know, they might have thought of this person as being inspirational, you know, how brave, how authentic. For others, though, it might have been a question of, why are they so strange? Why are they so odd? Why do they have to be so different? And for others, it might have just been a case of being intimidated or threatened by the fact that this person was so different. And now you're living in a country where everybody is different. And so you might find that you might find yourself being inspired, or you might find yourself finding it difficult to understand why everybody's doing things the way they are, or you might feel threatened. But the reality is that everybody in the country that you're living in they're not all different. You're the one who's different. And with this realization, it can be a little bit discomforting, because basically you're accepting that actually I'm the one that everybody might find uncomfortable to be with. I'm the one who might be causing people a challenge, or I'm the one who might be difficult to understand, or I'm the one who people might be threatened by. So what do foreigners do? Well, in a lot of cases, what they do is they try to find other people like them. And the other people most like them are other foreigners. So they group together and they have conversations, and they talk about how strange the country is and how strange the people are, and this and that and this and that. And this is good, you know, if you have this opportunity to reflect on your experience and to share it with others, it can be very cathartic. And this can help with the transition into integrating into that culture. But that's the thing, if you do want to grow and feel fulfilled in a foreign country, you do have to integrate. You have to, and I don't mean just with other foreigners, I mean integrate into that society, integrate into the culture of that society and participate in it. And this doesn't mean that you have to let go of who you are. It doesn't mean that you have to let go of your values or your standards or compromise your own beliefs or traditions. It just means that you have to recognize that there's a lot for you to learn, and there's a lot of room for you to grow. Basically, at a core level, all human beings, beyond their cultural conditioning, we're all the same. You know, we all have the same needs, the same desires, the same insecurities. So the key to experiencing a better life abroad is being open to understanding, being tolerant, and remembering that we're all human beings. So you have this experience, you're living abroad in a foreign country, you have the opportunity to understand your fellow human being. And by doing this, you're actually giving yourself the opportunity to connect with yourself more, to connect with yourself beyond your cultural conditioning, and to understand who you are. So I wish you the best in your life abroad. Thanks for watching. All the best.